Yo, what's up, guys? Coming at you with another video. So if you haven't watched my previous Let's Talk video, go and watch that. It's about the remote control tanks. This one is going to be about kits. So, for those of you who don't know, you can get a LTR, which is ready to run, or you can get a kit, which is how this started out in life. Kits typically come in, if you get a Tamiya anyway, they typically come in a box like this. Some kits you'll have to build you've got to build the chassis anyway. But some of them have like a tub chassis, which everything just kind of connects to, which is what my Audi is and my girlfriend's purple one's like, the 624. So it kind of comes. So once, obviously mine's completely built, but it comes like this. Some chassis will come with an ESC and motor, but you've got to supply the transmitter and receiver and the steering servo. Some chassis come just as bare, no wheels, and no electrics. Some, I believe all of them do come with suspension. With the Tamiyas, there's a little customized bit, and if you just look there, you've got the bearing kits, a motor upgrade, and this, which is your center shaft, which allows power to go from the back of the vehicle to the front. So if you look here, this is where the motor sits on the back, your spur is under here, and then you've got a center shaft underneath this support. Kits, obviously, you know, with some of them you can get just the chassis, or you can get a chassis and a body. The instructions, I'm not sure if they're all like this, but especially with the Tamiyas, if you, I'm not going to write instructions out. If you look up on the side here, right, you've got your screws. If you're not 100% sure what screw it is, the screws are actually a 1-to-1 scale. So you can just get the screw, put it up against it, and you can tell if that's the right screw or not. Now with the Tamiyas, because they're a lot of plastic parts, if you've ever built a model kit, then you know all about these. And you know that these can be a right pain in the butt. And you also, again, I'm speaking from Tamiyas, not other model kits. I'm pretty sure like some model kits will have little bags like these that are labelled. So these are all sort of labelled, and you've just got separate bags for separate parts. Again. But 9 times out of 10, this is how it's going to be. Now, with the Tamiya stuff, you've kind of got 3 options you can go for. You can either go just a chassis with a motor, or you can go with a chassis, body and motor, or you can go chassis, motor, ESC and body. A lot of the times the gear that will actually come with the kit, brilliant stuff, can't fault it. However, if you go with a Tamiya, I highly suggest you get the bearing kit, and you get some oil filled shocks. Now, you would have seen this on one of my previous videos. I think it's the rally building updates video. I put these on. Since I put these on, the car is controlled so much better. The friction ones you sort of build yourself. Brilliant in the kit. I mean, it keeps the kit nice and Cheap, but that's what they are. You actually build them yourself. They are brilliant, don't get me wrong, they are. But personally for me, I prefer oil filled. Just absorbs a lot of the stuff on the road, especially because I go to, as you would have seen in some of my earlier videos, I go to car parks, and if you live in the UK, then you know the situation with the car parks. A lot of the time they've got cracks going through the middle, but yeah, I mean, you've got to build the diff up yourself. The Tamias also come with their own little bit of grease. Brilliant, can't fault it. It's brilliant. Of course, I went with the Audi body, and persisted to break it. But yeah, I mean, I've had RTRs. If you've watched my video, The Tiger Makes a Return, you'll actually see me run over my first hobby grade RC, which was also a RTR. Now, I love it, but because it was already there and already made, I didn't feel like I wanted to upgrade it. It was only actually at the point where I bought a transmitter and receiver for it, because the one that was in it just died. I actually then felt like upgrading it. So that's now being turned into a rally car, which there will be a build series on. I just want to get this back up and running. If you do go with a Tamiya, I am going to say this now, do not take it through any puddles or take it out when it's raining. I've learnt the hard way. This is now sluggish, doesn't want to turn. The ESC is not waterproof, and the steering servo that I bought is not waterproof. If you want to take it out in water, like when it's raining, or take it through some puddles, get some splashes, maybe do a photo shoot with some splashes, highly recommend you upgrade it. Go something that's waterproof, or at least splash proof. It could have been my own fault why it's not working, but I see it as an opportunity to upgrade it. But yeah, so RTRs, brilliant, can't fault them. If you just want something that's straight out of the box, you can go and play with it. Once the battery's all charged, do it. Whereas because I've had it, I don't want to do it again. And if I do, then I'm just basically going to upgrade it the minute I get it, just so I can take it apart and put it back together. However, if you're like me and you enjoy building things, these are the best way to go. You make them, I mean, it took me 2 days to build this. That's including painting this. Whereas if you just get the chassis, then you've got to buy the electrics, the body, and that's it. Oh, and obviously the battery and the transmitter and receiver. I know Traxxas do kits. I've heard quite good things about them. I think they do it on the TRX4 Sport. If you've got, you know, around £400 and you want a crawler and you want a kit, maybe do that, maybe go that way. However, if you want something sort of like what you'd use as a race car or utilise it as a rally car, Tamiya, they've got the TTO1, TTO2, F103 GT and the F104. The 03 GT chassis it's what they used to use for their Formula One rally cars. Look at me baying the donut. It's what they use for their Formula One cars. They've now gone over to the F104, and the F103 GT is now used for the LMP1 or LMP2 cars. You can find it on the Toyota Gazoo Racing LMP. The TT01 and TT02. So the TT01, the Audi, they also do Subaru, which is the rally version. And if you like your truck racing, you can buy truck bodies for them. Or you can buy the truck kit, which will be basically this chassis. But instead of the Audi body, it will be a truck body with truck wheels. TT02, you know, they use it for the racing, or street cars if that's what the route you want to do. The rally cars, so like the Lancia Delta, Subaru, the Toyota Yaris rally car. Yet someone actually cares about the Toyota Yaris to turn it into an RC car. Who knew? They also have another chassis which is just purely rally orientated, which is the XV01. It's basically like a TT02 tub, so here, but it's got wheel arches actually built onto the chassis. It's built to have more ground clearance. Again, I think it comes with the friction shocks. If you're going to do some hard rallying, oil-filled shocks soaks it up so much better. I mean, as some of you know, I've only ever built two kits, both Tamiya's, TT02 and TT01. Both can be used for drifting, as I know my friend Aaron, who has the S15, he's a drifter, and the chassis he's running is like a knockoff of a TT01. Tamiya also make just a straight TT02D chassis, which you can get with the bodies of a Supra, R34, and an RX-7, and I think there's another one, but I can't quite remember it. Or you can just buy the straight chassis itself. And then you've kind of got like, they do a Land Rover on a CC01 chassis, which is a crawler chassis. They've then got some buggy chassis. Don't really know about them because I'm not really into my buggies. And then you've got the sort of like the monster truck ones. I believe they make a school bus, which is like a 6x6. You've got the lunchbox, which I've seen a few of them up for sale, and what people have done to them looks fairly good. But all the chassis come with a plastic one of them. That's the bearing that comes in them. It's plastic, again, keep prices down. You can buy a bearing kit, which is there on the box. Keep wear down, more efficient. And you can also buy, if there's a company called GA Racing, and they make a kit for this. So it does the upper and lower arms, front and rear, gets rid of the dog bone drive shafts. It actually has one end that's a dog bone, which goes to the diff, and then it's like a CV joint up to the wheels, so you don't lose as much torque and speed to the wheels. Aluminium centre shaft, which I will be doing on this. Tamiya also make a brushless motor, because their ESC is brushed and brushless. I personally haven't used that motor. I'm probably gonna go brushless with this at some point, but I won't be using the Tamiya motor. Because if I want to run a LiPo, you can't run a LiPo on this ESC. You can only run a NIMS battery. which is the battery I've got in it currently. I don't have any LiPos currently, but I will be. But yeah, so really all round, I mean, if you want an RTR, go and get one. If you want a kit, get a kit. And I would probably highly suggest maybe doing a kit, because if you've got an RTR, it's all good, but when something goes wrong, you're not really going to know what to do. Whereas with a kit, because you put it together yourself, say you get, I don't know, a TT01 Type E. You build it and everything like that. And something goes wrong, say the centre shaft goes wrong, you know how to take it apart. You know how to get to that. TT02, if you get that and the diffs go, you know how to swap it out. However, with the TT02, they come with plastic diffs inside. TT01 has metal diffs. You can upgrade the TT02. I personally haven't, because it's not mine. My girlfriend's happy with how it is. She's not like me, where she wants to sort of like upgrade everything to God knows what. But yeah, if you've got any like more questions about kits or anything like that, I mean, any RC practically can come as a kit. Your race cars, your crawlers, drift cars, tanks that we were talking about in the last Let's Talk. But yeah, no, seriously, if you're just getting into the hobby and you don't really understand it, a kit might be the best way to go. Mainly because you learn how everything sort of works with each other as you're going along. You kind of get the understanding of how the diffs work, how the motor transfers power into the diffs to then go to the wheels, how the centre shaft will take power from the rear up to the front, well, from the rear, from the spur gear up to the front into diffs down to the wheels, how the suspension sort of works. Kits are a very good way to get into it, because as I said, you learn how to build them, you learn how to repair them. Like, as long as you keep the instructions, if you're still a little bit, then all you got to do is sort of go from where you are, so you'd be at the finished product, and just work your way back to where the problem is. There are a lot of hop-ups for the Tamiyas, such as they come with a plastic motor mount. You can actually get a aluminium one, or aluminum if you're in America, because I know some of you are going to thingy that one. The Year Racing do aluminium or aluminum parts as well. I'm just currently looking at centre shaft, motor mount and drive shafts. The motor and steering servo and ESC still work for now. Don't know how long it's got left in it, but they will be getting switched out. But yeah, I mean, if you've got any more questions about kits, head over to my Instagram, check it out. Message me if you need to about any kits. And yeah, oh, and don't forget to subscribe, because at 50 subscribers I am doing the entry video for the 100 sub giveaway, and at 50 subs I will also be revealing the giveaway prize. So if any of you are interested in that, please subscribe. Head over to the announcement video. We go into me and my girlfriend go into a little bit more detail about it. But yeah, if you want to be entered in with a chance of that, you need to go over to, well, you need to subscribe. If you want to know a little bit more about it, head over to that video. I'll link it down below. And that's about it, guys. So don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment, I know it's a bit of a waffling video, I know some of you don't like it, but at the moment, while the weather's a little bit toot, and while the Audi is kind of fallen from repair at the moment, well, feeling a bit sorry for itself, there's going to be a bit more of the Let's Talk series. Let me know what you guys want to have in the next Let's Talk. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.